Hi everyone, it's Linda with stampwithlindawalsh.com. This is one of the projects I made for my convention swabs, and it's to make a tag. So I figured, you can either use it as an ornament too. It's really cute as an ornament. And you can put to and from on the back. I didn't do that. I didn't have a current stamp set, and I figured you could either print it out too with maybe someone's name. So I left that blank. But here, let's get started. So I used the new products from the catalog, and let me tell you what I used. We used the Festive Flurry framelits here. Let me see, there's no picture on that. But they do come in four sets, just like the stamp set that matches it, so I'll show you that next. This stamp set will come in 2 packages. I actually, like I do with all mine, I put them together. Actually, that has to be clean, so I haven't put it in there yet. But here is this set. So this is called the Festive Flurry set. This is the big one. Let's see. Let me get you these out. These are the 2 I used. This big one and then the colors I used is the Bermuda Bay, and then I also used this one. So the 2 largest ones. And for this one, I used the Smoky Slate. So that's the components of this card. Oh, and I also used the silver. What do they call this? I don't even know. I can't read it. It's silver, 1/8 of an inch wide. Okay, and that's from the new catalog too. Oh, and then this stamp set. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I got this one. This one's really cool. Christmas messages. And I use wishing you a Christmas season filled with joy and laughter. And that's what's inside. And this is a 2x2 piece of paper, and I just stamped it randomly. And that's using that little saying. So here's the other sayings. They really are cool. Alright, so let's get started with our project. I'll explain a little more as we go along what I used. And so basically what I did was I obviously stamped these out, and then I put them together. When you look at this, I have these little guys pointing to the big pieces. And after I stamped them, I then took the circles framelits and I just I put them on there together and just cut them out together and left them together, I guess I should say. Okay, so now what you're gonna get will be these 2 pieces. Okay, and then what I did, I just cut this out of the Smoky Slate. This is to put on our ribbon, so we'll get to that later. We don't need this piece, so I'm gonna put that away. Let's get started. So after you cut this out, you're gonna then use your tape runner and go around the edges. Okay. Use the circle die for whatever's going to fit your project, the framelit, I should say. So I used a bigger circle to get my opening for that frame. This is a 2x2 piece of the window sheet. Whoop. So I'm just going to put that on, you're going to put it on kind of diagonal so it fits right inside these, you don't want it to hang over. If it hangs over, cut some off. Alright, so that piece is done. And then what I used, these are really cool, I haven't used them all that often, are my shaker frames. Now, I can use the one that fits, which would be, which would be this big round, the biggest one that you have. That will fit perfectly. I'm going to show you what I've been doing to kind of save, because you're not going to be able, if you're making a big bunch of these, which I am, I'm making 22 of these for my swap. I don't have enough to do 22. I'd have to buy a lot of packages. So all I did was, this one I cut in half. It depends. If you use the next size down, you could probably get away with using just one, and then just cut off a little. I'm using like the 2nd or 3rd size down because I wanted to show you that you can just piece these together. Alright, it doesn't have to be a perfect round circle, so this is going to save on your supplies. And just make sure when you do put them together that you're abutting the end so your glitter doesn't fall out. All right, and then even, I'm gonna make this one even a little bit bigger because I'm gonna show you something else. The piece I don't need, just put it right back on your sheet, okay, and save it for next time. This is gonna be a little bit bigger than what I needed because I don't need to fit this in perfect. See how I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna go extend it past my sides like this. No one's gonna know the difference once we get it all together. So see how I do that? As long as you can't see it through the window, which you can't, these are actually the pieces that I'm gonna peel off that you're looking at. Then you're good to go. So next step, we use the glass glitter. I just did a couple pinches. All right. The only thing I don't like about this is I have a little bit of static clinging in here, so you can't really see the words as easily. Peel off your papers. Let's see here. Try not to hold your piece down because if you shake the piece, your glass glitter will fly onto the stickiness around here. All right, so I think I'm afraid I'm going to be able to see this piece a little bit. I'm going to try and shove it up a little bit. Okay, now I can see, you probably can't, but I can see where my wishing you, I'm going to place it down. So, oh, another thing, let me bring in this. See how I have my wishing you and it's facing. Couple of things you have to keep in mind when you're doing this. Where this is going to hang, because you don't want your wishing you facing this way, right? So place your sticky strip where you want this piece to stick to. And then make sure your wishing you is where you want it. So I know it's going to be on the shorter end of my green cutout snowflake, my Bermuda Bay. All right, and then so I'm going to try and line it up. It doesn't matter which way I line it, but I can see the wishing you right here through my paper. If you can't, you're going to have to lift up your whole snowflake, look underneath, and place it. I found I was getting it more crooked. So, and then if it comes out a little crooked, I'm just, you know, it comes out a little crooked. It's harder for me to see this, though, with this bright light on it, but let's see how I do. I have to tell you, it is hard to lift it up after you got it on there, so perfect. And I didn't cover all my foamed edge. It doesn't matter. I just want to point that out to you. Just as long as I have it covered where my glitter can't fall out. But see how that's sticky there? It doesn't matter to me. Okay, and I actually got that pretty scented. I'm psyched because usually for the camera I mess up something. Now, see how you can see these little white pieces? I'm just going to cut those right off underneath so you can't see my four corners of. By the way, this was a 2" by 2" piece. Same as my window sheet was a 2 by 2. All right, so there is that. Now I'm gonna put on my ribbon, and this is 10 by 10, and I use it with my sticky strip because people are gonna be tugging on it. And I'm just gonna put this up straight. I'm making sure that I have a little bit of an end here, so when my piece goes on top, it's gonna cover it, and that will help reinforce it. I'm just gonna use regular adhesive. And then I'm lining up basically these little pieces onto the big pieces. Just kind of staggering it. Press that down. For this piece now, it's going to be, I'm going to use my dimensionals. I just cut my dimensionals in half, and I just did 3. At first I was putting on 5. Well, I have to tell you. I shouldn't say 5. 1, 2, 3, 6 of them. I was putting them on each of the, oops, and I did it again as I'm talking. This actually has to go. Well, I'll leave it on. I was doing every other one after a while because it got to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I am like unsticking and sticking, and it was taking too long, and I didn't really need it to be that reinforced, so it's just the decorative top piece. Okay, and then I positioned these so my big tips would go with the big tips of the Bermuda Bay piece. I'm a little off, but it's okay. No one's going to notice. And now I'm going to take my ribbon. I'm just going to make myself a little bow. I forgot to make one before. And I'll put that on with glue dots, which I left on the counter. I like my ends a little bit longer for this. There we go. I like this ribbon because if you pull it tight, it does stay. You know how some of the ribbon doesn't? Now I'm just going to put this on with a glue dot. I don't have it with me, but this is your final product. Isn't that cool the way they come out? So make this as Christmas ornaments or put them on as a gift tag for your gift. Oh, and also, this will be one of our club projects. If you don't want to tag, you don't want to put this on the card. So don't put this on. Just put this straight on the card with your little saying, matching paper, whatever you want to do. And then you don't even have to worry about a tag. All right, so thanks for joining me today, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.